morning, ladies and gentlemen. A special welcome to Dr. Shanta, who's here with us, Dr. Elizabeth Verghese, Dr. Sudha Seshayan, the awards, the Icon Award winners, and Akhila Srinivasan is expected to join us. A special welcome to all of them. ICT Academy takes pride in recognizing the contribution that they made to society. This is a session where government, industry, and the academia get together and more or less chalk out the plan for the following year. There was some interesting discussion that took place yesterday with vice chancellors and chancellors of major universities and colleges about developing leadership and institutional leadership in academia. Predominantly, the chancellors and the vice chancellors who came were from engineering colleges, which is the primary focus of ICT Academy. I'd like to just quickly summarize what happened in the meeting yesterday for the benefit of those who couldn't attend that limited session that we had. There were 3 or 4 points that emerged. First and foremost was about how the colleges and the teachers have to learn and reinvent themselves. Point about how teaching methodologies, etc. are changing. It's no longer the classroom type of training that we are all used to. There's a lot more participation, a lot more interaction, a lot more use of technology in education. That's something that the colleges have to be aware of in not just changing the content and the syllabus, but in the methods of teaching, in the process of delivering, in the process of administering examinations, and the process of evaluating performance of both students and teachers. And the second point was about the digital transformation. Transformation is something that's happening in all parts, all the industries. Manufacturing industries are going through a transformation. Healthcare industry is going through a significant transformation. Retail industry, as you all know, has adopted digital like no other industry has. And it's time that education as a discipline, as an industry segment also digitizes themselves in order to improve delivery, improve the reach, and create better quality, innovative, research-oriented, curiosity-minded students. The second point that was made. And the third one was the ecosystem that each college and each university will have to create in order not just to focus only on education, but other skills, life skills, innovation, and more importantly, entrepreneurship. So we talked about the model that IIT Madras has adopted in terms of creating a program, a Nirman program, as it is called, to encourage students from the second year itself to come up with ideas and start working on them simultaneously with their education, with support, not much of a financial support that is needed, but support from the faculty and the industry. And some of the graduating ideas from this Nirman program join the incubation center, where they are assisted with mentorship, assisted with finances that come both from the industry as well as from the academic institution themselves. And those that graduate from the incubation centers find their way in a place like IIT Madras Research Park. I would encourage all of you to spend as much time to walk around this campus. This is some facility that has been created, a pioneering work. This is the first of its kind that was established quite some years back. Now other institutions have also started adopting this model of providing infrastructure and facilities for startups to thrive, where the academic faculty from IITs and the industry mentors can collaborate with startups and provide the necessary financial assistance, knowledge assistance, market opportunities for young companies to thrive. So that's another thing that is a role model here, and we're extremely happy that we are able to conduct this program in this venue, which is a showcase for industry-academia collaboration in the area of innovation. Dr. Vishwanathan was with us yesterday in talking about getting to the next level VIT, as you know, Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT has several campuses, and that has earned a great reputation among the top 10 institutions. He took great deal of pride in saying VIT is one of the 10 institutes of eminence that has been selected by the government of India, and that will get special attention and funding for it to develop even further so that it can be among the institutions that's globally recognized. And those of you who know Dr. G. Vishwanathan, his pet lament is always, why is the government regulating us so much? When will we ever earn our freedom? So he continued in the same vein yesterday also and talked about the freedom that the industry expects, the education industry expects, a little bit of regulatory relief and a lot more of facilitatory assistance is something that he talked about. And finally, we had a good speaker, Dr. Ashok Korwar from the Center of Design Thinking, Intelligent Arena of the Polaris Systems, who talked about reinventing the whole education system. He encouraged all the participants to think of where education and colleges and digital education would be 5 to 10 years from now, and see what is the type of preparation that we need to do today in order to be successful and sustain this education even after 10 years. Very interesting pointers. I'm sure some parts of it will be available in the ICT Academy website. But the key point that he encouraged, which is an example that he learned, was in increasing the level of participation of industry leaders in academia and vice versa. The point that he made was, while we have students going to industry for internship, while the students go work in companies on projects, why is it that the industry isn't permitting faculty members to go and spend time in industry? Which is something that industry leaders who are here should think about and say it's going to be beneficial for both the academic institution, the faculty, as well as for the industry which is participating in this program. And likewise, he encouraged industry leaders to come and take sessions in colleges. His experience has been, this is not a small-sized experience. He has interacted with a number of colleges. He has noticed that whenever industry leaders come and spend either a semester or 2 semesters in the educational institution, they leave behind a certain sense of purpose among the students that the faculty themselves could not inculcate in the students. Students are increasingly becoming aware of what education needs to do to them. It's not just about getting a job after a good educational qualification from an engineering institution is relatively easy. It's not about a career. Once you get into the right job, given the opportunities in the technology space, which is impacting all industry segments, career progression is not really something that students of this day should worry about. But he was talking about the purpose, a purpose in life, a larger purpose, going and thinking beyond jobs and careers and working for a purpose. And that's something that Dr. Ashok felt can be ingrained in the students while they are in the colleges only by having industry leaders come and spend time in academia. So please keep your doors open, those of you who are from the academic institutions, to encourage more and more people from industry to participate in the academic institutions and the activities there. I just want to spend a few minutes talking about the role that the government has played and the continuing role that government is playing in improving the services that it hands out to citizens. We will soon be joined by Hansraj Verma, the new IT Secretary. But we've had the good fortune of interacting with many of these people, the IT Secretary, and more importantly, Dr. Santosh Mishra, or Mr. Santosh Mishra, IAS, who's heading the Tamil Nadu e-governance agency. The Tamil Nadu government has been very, very serious about using technology. All the IT secretaries, starting from Hansraj Verma, the predecessor Santosh Babu, Dr. Santosh Babu, and the people before that, have been taking special interest not just in ICT Academy and improving the skill levels and participation of industry in the activities of academia. But they've also encouraged activities within the government to deploy the latest of technology. The Tamil Nadu e-governance agency, as I mentioned, has launched a number of programs. In fact, that's one institution that has reinvented itself, where they've gone beyond the bureaucracy to hire 4 or 5 researchers, PhDs from leading institutions, to be part of TNEGA, who are contributing to development of applications in the government agencies. There are a few examples of which that have been published in a book. I just want to talk about a couple of them. First one is an artificial intelligence-based facial recognition system. Okay? Facial recognition is a common technology that's available now. Application of that in very many fields have taken ground. They've taken roots and it's flourishing. It is interesting to note that the government of Tamil Nadu chose this as an area where they wanted to invest some efforts and developed an application that recognizes faces and implemented this application on a pilot basis in 2 government schools. Government schools, for the registration of attendance of all the students who come into the school, is the first application that they chose. And since they implemented it, they found that the attendance level is improved, not significantly but marginally. But more importantly, it has saved totally about 45 minutes of time that various teachers in the classroom spend in taking attendance. 45 more minutes of productive time in a 4-hour day has become available to the teachers to be with the students, which is a great benefit. And after this success, they took that application, and Mr. Santosh Mishra mentioned that it has been implemented in the IT department of the government of Tamil Nadu. I presume it is in the secretariat. That's something we want to see how it is working. It's not school children, in my view, are far more disciplined. I'll leave it at that. So that's the application that they're doing. And this is the first time that I've heard where technology has been applied by a government agency in order to improve the citizen services. The second example that I just want to mention is a simple AI-based pest identification system. This has found a lot of success. Pest identification system in the various villages in Tamil Nadu, where all that the farmer is expected to do is to take a picture of the pest-affected area, the plants, and send it to a central agency where it will be analyzed, and through the local agricultural university, assistance is provided to the farmer in order to deal with the pest in that field. Not just spraying wildly the pesticides, but to give them a very focused idea as to how they can handle it. And there are 4 or 5 other examples. I was hoping that Mr. Hansraj Verma will come and talk about some of these. I'll just quickly read out the areas where they've implemented it, and if I get an opportunity, maybe highlight them, and I'll come to why I'm mentioning this. I mentioned pest identification system. They have a natural language processing based smart conversation assistant, Tamil conversation that can be conducted at the government agencies. They have a Tamil Nadu blockchain backbone that has been implemented. Tamil Nadu government is very serious about using blockchain for transaction processing. And one of the things that they've encouraged is to set up a fintech, financial technologies center of excellence nearby in the STPI park, and encouraging startups to use the blockchain technology in various forms, both in the government as well as outside the government. Rural drinking water supply monitoring system, streetlight monitoring system, drones as a service. I believe it's available. Not in cities. They very consciously started this service in Tier 3 and Tier 2 cities, where drones can be used as a service using the service center, the computer service center established by the government. And they've instituted the blockchain policy, safe and ethical AI, etc., etc. So there are several applications that have been developed that are being used by various institutions and industry and individuals. The e-governance agency would like academic institutions to participate in the development of these applications. The reason why they want the participation is every time there is a hackathon, the type of problem that is posed to the participant, the type of challenges that are thrown, it's usually about some of the civic issues. It could be about waste management, it could be about water management, traffic management, so many different things. And every time such a hackathon happens, the winners, these hackathons happen in either a CII event or a FICCI event or an industry event. ICT Academy regularly conducts these hackathons. The solutions that the students have come up with have been fantastic. So TNEGA requests academic institutions to conduct more and more of these type of hackathons, encourage students and teachers to participate in solution building, number one. And the second request that they have is for all the faculty members, parents of students, to use these applications and find fault with these applications. They clearly recognize that all these applications that they have developed and deployed are by no means perfect. There's still plenty of bugs, plenty of holes in them, etc. And that's something that they want the help of students and the teachers to plug. And finally, the two areas where the Tamil Nadu government is in a leadership position in the country, Tamil Nadu as a state, not necessarily the government, is in the area of education as well as in healthcare. In terms of healthcare, Tamil Nadu can take pride in saying that the healthcare services that are provided is the best, number one, as far as the country is concerned. There is also a healthcare incubation and innovation center that has been set up in this very IIT Madras Research Park, and if those of you are interested, we can very easily arrange a visit. They are working on some tremendous applications. These are the type of applications that will become very, very handy, help healthcare professionals, not just the professionals who are administering healthcare, but also in being cost-reduced provider of services in this country. The two major problems that we have as far as healthcare is concerned is access and affordability, both of which can be solved by some of the innovations that are taking place. So I'd encourage academic institutions and industry to participate jointly, visit the Innovation Center here, as well as contribute to government in building a robust healthcare society. And finally, coming back to the program today, as Mr. Shivakumar said, it's a packed program. There will be a lot of talks and panel discussions where ideas can be shared. What we have found over the years is when the industry and the academic institutions interact, both of them go back with a great deal of ideas, and the fruits of these ideas are there to see for us throughout the following 12 months until the following bridge, when we take stock of whatever happened. I hope a similar thing happens today. And with that, I welcome you once again, and I hope you have a fantastic session today. Thank you very much.